here come the Warriors. You sold your stock. I see all the Twitter activity. I bought your stock. As your stockbroker, I suggested buy on the dips, and here they come. I have a rule in life when it comes to sports or non-sports. Hire smart people. They'll eventually figure stuff out. Steve Kerr, Bob Meyer, the GM, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson. There's a ton of intellectual basketball capital in this organization. Their defense was predictably bad this year. Why? Because they had a long playoff run. It's a veteran team, and they're still trying to bridge the gap with their young players and their old players. But in the last 5 or 6 games, here they come. And this is without Steph Curry, who comes back Sunday, and Andrew Wiggins, one of their better wing defenders. It reminds me a lot of the New England Patriots. They would stumble in their dynasty in September. They'd been on a long playoff run the year before, so their players get to their vacations later than everybody else. Their players, they want a title, they write a book, they do a movie, whatevs. They come back and they experiment. They're a little choppy in September, and everybody says now it's this year for the Ravens and the Steelers and then by November and December, because of all the intellectual capital in the building with Belichick and Brady and Robert Kraft and Josh McDaniel and veteran players, your Teddy Bruschi types and your Rodney Harrisons, they always figured it out by the end of the year. Doesn't mean you always win a championship, but the fans and the media now are so impatient, and we've got to be honest about this. October, November, December, that's not real basketball. It's regular season basketball. It's your rotations defensively aren't locked in. You're going to make moves. You're experimenting a lot. And Steph Curry, by the way, is always easy to integrate back into an offense. Remember when Ja Morant went down, I think it was last year, and the Grizzlies went on this fantastic run. They were like 20-5, and there were some actual conversations about when you bring him back, will he take shots away from other players? You never have to worry about that with Steph Curry because he's been injured enough in his career, and he's missed enough stretches. When he comes back, they're roaring to go. And this whole season, I've been saying, this is the year where the old guys are a little older than they were and the young guys aren't quite ready, but they could be. So Kuminga now is playing real minutes. He gives them athleticism off the bench. Jordan Poole has matured in the last year. He's more consistent. You've got Lamb and Green size bigs that can run the floor off the bench. DiVincenzo gives you leadership. And they brought in Gary Payton. They now have the deepest backcourt I remember in a decade. When Peyton comes back in a month, now they have an elite defensive stopper. So they've got everything. Basketball fans fall in love with style and flash and dunks. But Milwaukee right now and Boston are the two best teams in the East, and they're not jazzy, they're not flashy. And the Warriors, by the way, have Steph, so they're always a great fun watch. But the truth is, this is about defense. If you watch them play, it's about their depth and their defense, and Draymond Green's as good as any player in the league at doing that, and Steve Kerr talked about it last night. Brady got the credit, but New England's dominance always started with superior defensive game plans from Belichick, and Steph and the three ball get all the credit with the Warriors, but it all starts with defense. Tim Duncan dynasty started with defense. The Heatles, by the way, a great defensive team. The Warriors dynasty, fantastic. And the two best teams in the East, Milwaukee and especially Boston, it all starts on the defensive end. You don't get a lot of that in the regular season. Why? The season's too long. It's 82 games. You can't ask guys to do three-quarters court pressure when you're on a plane after the game, flying all night, getting up early, shoot around, quick team meal, take a nap, go to the arena. You're not going to get it. In fact, the Warriors play again tonight at home. They probably won't play nearly as good defensively. It is very hard in basketball to play both ends of the floor, and the Warriors and the Celtics and the Bucks demand you play great defense. So they may not be as good tonight, but they'll be good in the playoffs when everybody's equally rested. It's the smartest coaching staff. And Draymond Green continues to be the league's best defender. If you watch that game last night, nobody defends people beyond the man he's supposed to be guarding more than Draymond Green. And Chris Finch, coach of the T-Wolves, was on our show earlier this week, and he said it all starts with Draymond for this team.
He does all the things necessary to win and also cements that team together. You know, he's happy to walk away with 14 assists if that's what it takes, or guard the best player every night, or is always in the right help spot. It feels like when you're playing the Warriors, there's two Draymonds out there. There's the one that's guarding the ball, and there's the one that's guarding everybody else. And so for a long, long time, if you don't have the right personnel and you go up against those guys, and having Draymond on the floor, he's so smart defensively. He literally is like having a sixth man out there.
Yeah, the Clippers, a really talented team, ran into that defensive buzzsaw after half. Third quarter, got blown out. They are back. They found the young bridge players to play supportive roles behind the veteran stars. Here comes Steph and Wiggins. I believe they escape the West, play KD and the Suns in the Western Conference Finals, but it'll be Warriors and either the Celtics or the Bucks, May and June. Okay. So yesterday, we said the Jets, the Raiders, and the Titans appear to be out on Aaron Rodgers. Now, you never know what happens, but the Titans GM said we're keeping Tannehill. A story in The Athletic, the Jets don't want to give up multiple first-round picks for Aaron Rodgers. And, the Raiders, Josh McDaniels came out and said the bottom line, if you look in our division, Herbert Mahomes, it's finding a quarterback, supporting him, building around him. That's what you want to do in this league. But in fairness now, we also have to mention there appears to be a new team that wants Aaron. And we say, Aaron, follow Tom Brady's lead. You may want to listen to this. The Carolina Panthers, who have a very good staff, everybody's been lauding that staff over the last 3 weeks to a month, are interested. This is a very good fit for Aaron Rodgers. Number one, he would easily be the best quarterback in the division. NFC South is garbage. He would not be part of a rebuilding team. They have two very good tackles. One's a kid, one's a veteran. They've got DJ Moore. They've got a great defensive end. This is not a total rebuild roster. Number three is their owner's David Tepper. He's highly aggressive. He'll go get people at the trading deadline. And number four, Frank Reich, played in the NFL at quarterback. Andrew Luck, Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz. Their last year with him was their most efficient year as a pro. This really, really works. Follow Tom Brady's lead. Stay in the playoffs. Stay relevant. Stay in the NFC. Now, Green Bay would like to ship him to the AFC, but it doesn't appear that we have a big market. Titans, Raiders, and Jets appear to be out. Also, because of the Christian McCaffrey trade, Carolina's got 6 picks in the first 4 rounds. So they can give Green Bay a second. They can give Green Bay a fourth and retain their second and fourth. They can give them a number 1 pick next year. This is not a rebuilding roster. They got their tackles and a star receiver set. They've got a very good front seven defensively. J.C. Horn's a corner they drafted. When he's healthy, he's elite. They are not far off. They got to plug a couple of holes in the draft. Aaron Rodgers would elevate them easily to the best offense in the division. This one makes sense. It's a small market media, much like Green Bay. You're not going from Green Bay to New York. You're going to another very friendly small market media. So we got 2 teams now, Green Bay and Carolina. Tom Brady could have chosen a lot of places to go. There's 2 weird divisions in football, both in the South. NFC South, AFC South, and the NFC South right now is a mess. After Frank Reich, I'm not sure I trust any of the coaches, and I don't like any of the quarterbacks as franchise guys. It is wide open to walk in there. So that one makes a lot of sense. They have draft capital after the McCaffrey deal with San Francisco. David Tepper's aggressive. He'll go get people. Carolina's a pretty good free agent market. Guys want to play there. That's exciting for Aaron Rodgers. Stay in the NFC. I know Green Bay said they want to. People say a lot of things. But if somebody gives you a first, a second, a fourth, and nobody else is interested, you take it, you start Jordan Love. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.